Let me switch mute here.
Okay. I guess it's recording. Um, hey everyone, this is my good friend Sarah. Her and her husband Kevin actually first introduced me to Enagic probably about 2 years ago. Um, since then, I've been kind of asking a lot of questions and all that until I finally owned my own machine. So, Sarah, can you go ahead and tell me a little bit about your personal experience with Enagic?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on here with you today, Jessica. I'm so happy you have your unit. It's definitely something that all of us need. I'm Sarah Chabot. I'm in Oregon. And my story, I'm going to kind of try to give the Cliff Note version so I don't keep us all on here all day long, is that my mother, who's a dentist, was the one who introduced this to us. I was in extremely poor health. I mean, extremely poor health. Back in 2012, I was in the ICU for 3 weeks and almost died. When I left the hospital, I was taking 8 to 9 different pharmaceuticals daily, and I gained over 200 pounds in under 6 months. My health continued to decline. We were kind of on this mission to get me better, but we were lost at what to do when I just kept hearing my mom in the back of my head, Kangen water, Kangen water, Kangen water, Kangen water, and she wouldn't let up on it. Now, in the beginning, we thought she was crazy because we thought all water was created equally. There's no difference in water. And we just turned our nose to it. We were being ignorant. My biggest regret is not having this sooner, but fast forward to 2015, February, Kevin and I decided that we were going to get our unit. We had nothing to lose. I had gained over 200 pounds in under 6 months from all the medications. I was sitting at 435 pounds on 9 different medications a day. My health continued to decline. And at the rate I was going, if I did not change something and take control of my health, I knew I wouldn't be here much longer. So fast forward 3 months on drinking Kangen water, I lost 65 pounds. I got off all my medications cold turkey, not a single withdrawal symptom or side effect that the doctors, they tried to scare me on to staying on these medications. They told me I could have a seizure, I could have a stroke, I could die, I could this and that. How could you stop taking your medications? You need them. So I had made a decision upon myself and with my husband that if I had any of those issues, I'd go back on them and wean myself off gradually. But I didn't need to because I listened to my body and my body was strong enough to get off of them. Once I got off those medications, fast forward a year, I lost a total of 145 pounds. Fast forward 2 years, I lost a total of 235 pounds. Now, I didn't change anything but my water. And my entire life from the age of 15 on, I was told I would never be able to have children. I'd never be able to conceive. And I have a 2-year-old son now. So this water has allowed my body to restore itself entirely. I was able to reach homeostasis. I was able to lose the weight that I needed. But most importantly, I was able to regain my health.
I think
So
that's.
that's
Oh,
my
go ahead.
background.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say that's my story. That's my Cliff Note version of my story.
I know, and it's such a great story, and I've heard it because I've heard you tell other people and stuff, and it's always really cool to hear it, and just how awesome this has been for you, and that you guys just bit the bullet and got the machine and it worked out, and that's awesome.
I mean,
So
we I don't mean to cut you off, but our company has a 30-day return policy. And we were very unsure about it. I mean, very unsure about it. So you're right, we bit the bullet. And within a week and a half of drinking the water, we knew we couldn't live without it.
right, yeah, I totally get that. Um, well, for our viewers, so based on the knowledge and research that you have, how would you say, or what helped you as far as like with the water?
The best way to put this is I'm not saying that the water caused my weight loss or the water is what healed me, but my body did that. There was a component missing in my life that my body needed in order to get it balanced, which is called homeostasis, so that it could correct itself. Once your body's in balance, it's capable of doing anything. Now, what makes this water so special is that there's a very therapeutic property in it called H2 molecular hydrogen or active hydrogen. Now, I don't want to go on a tangent about it, but this is really something special. If you guys want to understand more beyond what I'm saying it is, I really suggest you go on PubMed or the National Institute of Health and just look up molecular hydrogen. Molecular hydrogen is the most potent antioxidant in the universe that is non-plant based. So if I could paint a visual for you, the best way that I can put this is if you poured yourself an 8-ounce glass of this water, you would have more antioxidant power in 8 ounces of Kangen water than you would in 5 pounds of blueberries. Wrap your mind around that.
That's totally crazy. Because who's going to eat 5 pounds of blueberries?
I'm not, especially not in one day. And like, imagine waking up in the morning, the first thing you do, you go drink your water, and imagine consuming that amount of antioxidants right off the bat when your body needs it the most. We all know that oxidative stress and oxidation, it's aging and it kills you. If you're oxidizing, you're getting closer to death. So that's why all of us kind of go to those marketing things on the shelves that say antioxidant, electrolyte, antioxidant. Well, the one thing that people aren't realizing, or they just don't know, is that antioxidants are living, meaning that there's a shelf life on them. Now, once an antioxidant is produced and born, it's only good for 3 days. So if you're going and you're buying antioxidant things and they're sitting on a shelf for 6 months or a year before you're consuming it, I can guarantee you, you're not consuming antioxidants. You're consuming a marketing tool.
Holy cow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. And what about, because I know we kind of talked about the difference between, like, I don't know, just going and getting a bottled water or your tap water and this type of water. Like, can we talk about the absorption rate and how that works in your body?
Absolutely. So I kind of just want to backtrack. So we just touched on the hydrogen, right?
Right.
The antioxidant rich. Now there's 2 other really very important properties of this water. Like you said, it's super hydrating. And the other one is that it has an alkaline pH. So you have antioxidant rich, super hydrating, and alkaline. Those are their 3 properties. The super hydrating, the best way I can say this is if you think about it like this, most water has clusters that have consumed 20 molecules. Kangen water has clusters that consume 5 or 6 molecules. So I'm going to try to paint another picture here. Imagine a chain link fence, and you take a bunch of tennis balls and you throw the tennis balls at the fence. What's going to happen? They're going to bounce back at you. You're not going to be able to penetrate the fence because they're not going to go through. You may get lucky and get 1 or 2 through the hole, or they're going to get stuck. You're not really going to be able to get them through that. Now, if you take a handful of BBs and you throw the BBs at the fence, the same fence, what's going to happen? They're going to penetrate. They're going to go through. So if you think about filtered water, tap water, well water, any water that's not Kangen water, or the medical term for this is electrolyzed reduced water, you're not able to properly absorb it. Bottled water, all those waters I just mentioned, you're only absorbing about 15 to maybe 20% of the water, and then you're excreting it out. So you're drinking water all day long so that it can hydrate itself. Dr. Horst Filzer, who's our company's health advisor, he is, if you don't know who he is, please look him up. He's a world-renowned surgeon. He's a vascular surgeon, Harvard educated, teaches at Harvard. He's still practicing, and he invented the stent. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know what the stent is. I've had numerous conversations with him in person talking about this, and he said to me that people don't realize when you're drinking other water that's not Kangen water, that you're hydrating the water just to excrete it out, to pee, poop, and sweat it out. But with Kangen water, you're able to actually absorb it properly. You're absorbing 85 to 95% of Kangen water versus 15 to 20% of other types of water. So I love the comparison for those of you who understand what stem cells are and how they work. When you put a stem cell, when they inject them in your body, regardless of where they need to go, your brain, your stomach, wherever, right? They're not going to put it straight to your brain. They're going to put it in your body, and it's going to know where to go. You can kind of think about it with this water is you drink this water and it doesn't just sit in your stomach waiting to go out. It knows how to disperse properly and hydrate your body. So I know you can vouch for it as well. But when you drink a lot of Kangen water, do you feel it sitting heavy in your stomach like you would other waters, Jessica?
No, honestly, like before I was drinking zero water because I thought that was good. And I couldn't drink a lot of it. And I'll go to work and I'll bring my big like 32-ounce cup and I'll actually drink it. And whereas it was such a chore to drink water before.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people tell me that they don't like water. They don't feel good when they drink a lot of water. When they hear that we recommend to drink half of our body weight in ounces daily, they're like, how could you even drink that much? Well, it's because you're not drinking the proper type of water. You're drinking dead, oxidizing water that's going to just sit heavy in your stomach, waiting for you to get rid of it. I mean, who wants to have all that swishing around and making them feel heavy and run down? When I played soccer for 16 years. I was supposed to play college, but I destroyed my ankles in high school. When I would play soccer at halftime, I'd run over and I'd grab either the Gatorade or the water, or whatever they had there for us, and I'd start chugging it. Now, for those of you who understand soccer, it's a 90-minute game. You're running back and forth for 90 minutes. You're thirsty when you have your break, and you want to drink as much water as possible. But I never really strikes me weird until now that my coaches used to take my water away and say, stop it. You're going to cramp. You're going to slow down if you drink that much water. We're made up of mostly water, so water shouldn't be doing that to us. Now I can go on my elliptical or my treadmill or whatever I'm doing cardio wise, and I can drink as much water as I want, and it doesn't slow me down. It doesn't cramp me. All it does is it recharges me because I'm actually absorbing it properly.
Exactly. That's so cool. Do you think there's anything else we need to talk about, just as far as understanding the Kangen part of the machine? Or
I mean, I know that we don't want to make this go on and on and on, but I guess the best thing I can say is that if you can drink something or consume something in your life that you're utilizing and you're doing it every day, why wouldn't you want to drink the proper type of it? Now, I know that a lot of you are going to be skeptical and you're going to say water's water. It's not. And that's why I really do encourage you to not take our word for it, but to go on credible sources, not Google, but go on these PubMed and NIH and these unbiased third party studies and things and look up ERW, which is electrolyzed reduced water, and molecular hydrogen. If you have a health ailment or something that you want to correct or that you're dealing with right now, go have fun and type in molecular hydrogen in that ailment. See what you can find on it, because I guarantee you'll find something. And I'm not going to make claims about what this is going to do for you, but I can speak on my part that I wish I would have got this 2 years prior to me being skeptical when I was first introduced to it, because of what I experienced and how my body was able to fix itself.
exactly, like when I met you guys 2 years ago, I know I was super skeptical, and because the price can be scary, but I finally sucked it up and I'm like, why do I keep waiting? Like, I really want this product. It's not like, so I got it and I'm so glad I did. And now I'm to that point. It's like, why didn't I do this 2 years ago? Like, why?
I mean, it is hard to believe that water can do everything that it does. I mean, we don't just have drinking water on these units. I know that we're going to move it away from just the drinking water, but what
Right.
these units do, what they produce, what they replace, the type of money that they save you, what you don't have to buy anymore, it's mind blowing.
Exactly, which is what I want to go into. So I know that you and Kevin have had your machine for quite some time. So what have you found you've been able to replace by using your machine?
Oh, I'm going to have fun with this. Okay, so besides, I mean, obviously watering our plants and drinking the water and cooking with the water, which is the Kangen waters that we just mentioned, our units produce 7 different types of water. So I'm just going to give you a really quick rundown here. You have your 9.5 Kangen water, which we all drink, but you also have your 9.0 and your 8.5, so you can pick your pH. You have your clean drinking water, which really isn't untouched. It's more so for gardening or if you take time release medication or baby formula. Yep. And then the next one down from that, the next setting would be the beauty water, which is 6.0 beauty water. The flora of our skin ranges anywhere from 5.5 to 6.0. If you guys have never tried this, you're going to freak out when you do, because you can mist your face and spray your face with this water and you don't have to dry it. Your skin absorbs it. I know that sounds crazy, but like when you guys have your units, if you don't already, or if you do have a unit and you've never tried beauty water, spray your face, spray your arms, just try it and let it sit for a little bit. And I don't mean long. You won't have to dab it. You can replace astringents, toners, you can replace primers, you can finish your makeup with it. I'll take a big glass of the beauty water upstairs with me when I go to take a shower. And when I'm done shampooing my hair, I'll rinse it out with beauty water and I don't need to use conditioner.
Nice.
I use it for my son's hair because I don't like detangler. I think it leaves like nasty, cakey, you know what I'm talking about? Like if you spray detangler. And when I don't cut his hair, because he's only 2, you know, I love his little hair. But when it gets a little bit longer, it's thick. It's hard to brush out and it gets knotty when he wakes up in the morning. So I'll just beauty water and I can brush it through. Now moving on to the next waters, we have what's called strong acidic 2.5 water. Now this water is the disinfectant water. This water, now get ready for this, replaces bleach, 409, and all of your chemical cleaners. It replaces mouthwash. It replaces hand sanitizer. That's right. So the same water that you can clean with that replaces all those harmful chemicals that you're around can also be used on you. It can touch your skin without harming you. Wrap your mind around that. Would you take bleach and gargle with it? Would you take 409 and use it as hand sanitizer? No. Would you spray your kid's mouth with it or cuts with it? Like bleach or any of those harmful chemical cleaners, or even the green cleaners. Would you spray your kid with it? No. But with Kangen water, or with the strong acidic 2.5 option, it replaces all of it. It's not harmful. My mom's a dentist. She uses it in her practice. She uses it when she extracts teeth. She replaces mouthwash. I mean, it's really crazy what this can replace. And then the last water, it's the bonus option because it's not listed on the machine. It's produced at the same time as the 2.5. It's called 11.5 strong Kangen water. What's that for? We clean our produce. It removes pesticides. It's a stain remover. It's a degreaser. It replaces laundry detergent. I mean, wrap your mind around that. I soak my fish. I soak my poultry. Anything that is gamey, I can soak in there. It gets rid of any gaminess. It gets rid of fishiness. It freshens things up. I've even taken like, you know, when like bell peppers start like getting really soft.
Yeah.
They've been sitting for a while. Try this. Take it and throw it in a bowl of 11.5. Leave it in there for a little bit. And I swear the resilience of the fruit, it comes back to life. I've never seen anything like it.
That's really cool. What was I gonna say? There goes my memory.
Oh, I'm on a little, when I keep going, I keep going. This is exciting stuff. I mean, I don't spend money anymore on any of this. And I know, like, I'm not going to touch long on this, but we're in a kind of scary time right now. People are losing their minds. People are hoarding hand sanitizer and rubbing alcohol and chemical cleaners and paper towels. We don't have to worry about that. We never had to worry about that. I don't have to buy any of it. I bring a little spray bottle in my diaper bag. I throw a spray bottle in our car. I clean my house with it. And if I run out of it, you know what I do? I go to my machine and I fill it up. I mean, exactly. I can literally have an endless amount of this produced for free for the rest of my life. And I never have to worry about purchasing these ever again.
Exactly, and I think that's so cool. Can we touch upon this? Because this is something I actually didn't talk about in my 2.5 video. What are the, I don't know, expiration dates for these type of waters? Because they're, you know, some of them can last and some of them don't. Like the effectiveness.
So, yeah, I mean, like we did touch on the fact that the Kangen water obviously has a 3-day lifespan because of the antioxidants. Obviously, you surpass 72 hours and you have some sitting in a bottle, it's not going to hurt you if you drink it. It actually is still going to have a lot of that properties. It's just going to be depleted compared to being straight fresh out of the unit. Now, with the other waters, for hygiene purposes, they recommend that you switch it out every week, week and a half. So I was told, my husband is an encyclopedia when it comes to this, and he has dedicated his life to understanding it. I can say with the utmost certainty is that there's probably nobody on this planet that can answer questions like him when it comes to the science and the nitty gritty behind it.
Right.
Now, I retain it, but I'm not going to explain it in the same sense. And if you ask him about 2.5, he'll probably tell you that the lifespan to make sure that it's at its best would be anywhere from 4 to 7 days. The 11.5 as well. It really kind of depends on who you ask, though, because I've heard anywhere from 4 days to 2 weeks. It lasts a lot longer than the Kangen water.
That's interesting. But probably to play it safe, max 7 days.
A week, yeah. I mean, I think I can't imagine not going through the waters in over a week anyway. I mean, I use this water all the time for everything, and I fill up my bottles at least once or twice a week.
Right. Exactly, because it's so useful. Awesome. I don't know. Have we missed anything? I mean, it does so many things, but I think you did an awesome job at just, making it, short and sweet.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about what this does in the personal home. We have units that are for restaurants, commercial units. This literally replaces a lot of things that you guys buy. And I've dealt with restaurant owners helping them get these units. And even a small restaurant spends anywhere from $150 to $200 a month just on like bleach and Windex. I mean, that's a lot of money. And if you think about it, that you can have this unit that produces this forever for free in comparison to what you were doing before, it's a one-time investment to have this in your home. There's no moving parts. Our company guarantees that these are going to last 15 to 20 years. There's units that are 43 years old that are still running. There's units that are 45 years old that are still running. I've seen a house fire, a picture of a unit that was in a house fire, and the exterior had some melting on it, but it was still intact. So they took it, they plugged it in for shits and giggles, excuse my language, and they took a pen and they were pushing the little options because you couldn't like touch the button with your finger, and it was still Kangen water, 9.5, and it was producing the water. Like, I'm not kidding. These are really proven workhorses. They will run and run and run. So this is really something incredible to have. It is a life altering device. That's the best way I can put it.
Right. And there's even more industries, because I've talked to you and Kevin about it, like salons. I mean, we've even talked about mental health, hospitalization units having these. It's so useful because of everything it offers. It's just really cool.
I mean, it really is. This is for everybody. And everybody, when the microwave came out, was like, what? No. Microwaves, what? Yeah, well, now we know microwaves aren't good for us, but that's besides the point. The fact is that when new appliances come out, people are going to be skeptical. Now, we're kind of rocking the world telling everybody what they've been drinking their whole life isn't what it should be. And our company really started this whole alkaline trend because we came to the United States in 2003. Now, if you think about the time that you started seeing alkaline bottled water and all those marketing tools pop up, that's about 15 years ago, right around the time that we came to the United States. But the thing is that alkaline water has no health benefits. Alkaline water just means that you have raised the pH of the water. So turn around a bottle of water next time you guys go to drink it, please, and read the ingredients on the back of your water bottle, because I promise you, you don't think there's things in your water, but there are. And it's not what you should be drinking, because if you have additives in your water, all you're doing is making it harder for your kidneys to function and your body to hydrate itself. You're putting inorganic things in your body that you shouldn't be. So all I can say is get it and try it. Get it and try it. My mom brought this home and my dad looked at her and he was like, excuse me? And he's like, show me that it works. My mom looked at him and said, drink it. My dad is 70 years old. He referees soccer, over 400 games a year, college and high school. And he keeps up with these 18, 19-year-old guys. And he's 70 years old. The other referees that are in their 40s and 50s, they come and they tease my dad. They say, yo, old man, how do you do this? You're not icing. You're not taking ibuprofen. You're not doing this. And he just laughs. He goes, it's the water I'm drinking. I mean, the testimonies, the stories, everything that I can share mind-blowing. But we're not going to keep this video going on and on and on. All I can say is, if you live near Jessica or you live near somebody that has one of these units, ask to try the water. Ask for more information, because we have something that produces this water that we can share for free, and we're more than happy to do so.
Exactly. So if you could say something, because just like you said, people are going to be skeptical. I was, and it took me 2 years. It's not that I wasn't convinced, it was just a money thing. What would you tell, the viewers that are skeptical, maybe just to, I don't know, ease their mind or whatever?
So, I mean, I know I mentioned in the beginning the return policy. That was something that put our minds at ease, because these are an investment. These are something you're going to have for the rest of your life. They're probably going to outlive your grandchildren. There's no moving parts. You just change the filter out. All I can say is try it. You don't have to pay for it in full. Our company offers amazing no credit financing, where you can just make a down payment and you can get your unit in your home. There's different ways to go about financing these through third parties that have made it very affordable for people. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the overall picture, what I just said about spending money on chemical cleaners, even though you may think, well, I only spend $50 a month on cleaners, think about what that is over a 10-year span. Think about what that is over a 20-year span. On top of that, chemical cleaners are horrible for you. I don't care if they're green or not. Right. And there's been all those studies out there talking about how even if you clean your home once a week with these cleaners, what it does to your lungs long term is equivalent to smoking 20 cigarettes a day. Mm-hmm. There's so many studies out of Norway with this. Now, what if you can get rid of all those chemical cleaners and just have water that's more disinfectant or more antibacterial than any of these? Bleach kill time for a virus is 10 minutes. You have to leave it sitting there for 10 minutes before you can wipe it up. If you spray our water, within 30 seconds, even superbugs are dead. And there's studies showing this. So all I can say is your health worth it? If you guys wanted to go see a doctor because you got really sick, would you ask for the discount doctor, or would you want the best doctor on the planet? Would you want to get well?
Right.
That's what this water is. It's the best water on the planet. So it's going to allow your body to properly hydrate itself. It's going to allow it to kick into gear. And if you're already healthy, Japanese people have the longest longevity rate on the planet for a reason. 1 in 5 homes in Japan have these units. Coincidence or not? Like, that's all I have to say is give it a try. Reach out to Jessica, reach out to us. We're all here to help teach you. If you have questions, we're here to answer them. And when the time comes for you to get your unit, Jessica can help you with that. And we are here to hold your hand. We're here to make you feel better about it. Talk to people who have these. Every single person that owns one of these units is going to tell you something that it's done for them positively in their life, whether it be feeling better hydration or saving a ton of money or regaining their health. You're going to hear a positive outcome. So why don't you think your family deserves this? That's all I have to say.
And that makes perfect sense. And just real quick, Enagic's been around since 1974. That's what I thought. Okay.
So we're a 46-year-old company. Like I said, we came to the United States in 2003. That was kind of the year one. And now we went from being in Japan, only Japan, from 1974 to 2003. As soon as we came into the United States, it was like a wildfire. We're in 188 countries and territories now.
That's crazy. And I've seen pictures of places that don't even have resources having a machine to filter their water, and that's so cool too.
Have you seen the picture of the Indonesian village where they have the big Kangen machine that they made and they're walking with it? Like, it's like a parade, because they're literally like focusing on like that this water has done so much for their village, because the village went in on it together, and now they have clean drinking water. Some of the poorest countries are eating these up because they know that they can't afford not to have them. Right. And when you have these, it saves you so much money. And I'm going to speak from experience and say you can't put a price on your health, because once you're sick, it's very expensive.
Exactly. I totally agree. So it's always better to just do the right thing and take care of your body so your body can take care of you. Definitely. Well, I really am excited and so glad and happy that you came on the show today. Just so thankful. I wish Kevin could have been here too, because he's going to be jealous that he wasn't on the show, but that's all right.
Well, you'll have to feature him. We have a 2-year-old that, if any of you have a 2-year-old, that's all I have to say. So
Right.
he's wrangling the child right now, and you guys got to see me, but I'm sure you will have Kevin on here as well. It was such a pleasure being on here with you again. I hope to do more of these.
I know. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you, Jessica.